So to start out with, the war with Grandpa obviously is an escalating war, a prank war. Tell me what your favorite prank was in this movie.
My personal favorite prank is when Peter's grandfather pulls all of the hardware out of his furniture, and he is pretty much just left in absolute disbelief. And it's just a chaotic scene and a crazy moment. And that's definitely was my favorite personally, both to film and to watch.
Yeah, my favorite to watch was the snake for sure. I'm like, that is a terrifying prank, but kind of amazing.
Now, be honest with me. Was there any pranking going on behind the scenes?
There was actually really no pranks. We've learned that we were kind of a bit of a prankless set, to be honest.
I
And
know, regretful.
yeah, we really didn't get up to any mischief, unfortunately. Yeah.
I think it's because, to be honest, for at least for me, well, first of all, I'm not a prankster, but second of all, the cast is so incredible. The cast is like these legendary people. So I'm like, uh, I'm not gonna prank any of these people. I'm just gonna stay silent and watch them in a not weird way.
I actually that's something I wanted to bring up as well. Now, I mean, you guys got to work with like Robert De Niro, Jane Seymour, Uma Thurman. What was it like to work with all these basically legendary actors?
Well, I think it's always my favorite thing about working on any project to be working with different people and to always be just talking to different actors and actresses and directors or producers or whatever it may be. And this was no exception. And with a cast and an ensemble like we had, it was really just an honor to even be a part of it. And it was definitely great. And I learned a lot just through watching and as Laura said, listening and just being there and taking it all in. It's the best way you can.
Totally. I think for me, it was a big reason why I wanted to be a part of the project. I was just in awe of the amazing cast that was assembled. And obviously, there's some huge names that everyone knows about, which was amazing working with them. Robert De Niro, Uma Thurman, Christopher Walken, Jane Seymour, Cheech Marin, Rob Riggle. But then I feel like all the kids were amazing. Like truly, it was just there was no weak link in the cast, and everyone had such an amazing dynamic. I hung out with Poppy, who was 5 at the time, and we had the best time. Not gonna lie.
Oh, she was too cute. She was adorable, honestly. Now, one of the things that made this film feel so unique is that one of the producers, Trey Pert, is so young. He's like you guys' age a little, I would say. So tell me, how did that affect your experience filming on this movie?
I think one of the really interesting things about this filming process for me personally is that I was around a lot of obviously some younger actors and Trey was also there as well. And we all kind of hung out off set sometimes and it was definitely a lot of fun having him be around. We were all, I guess, what 3 or 4 years younger, so it was a different time. But yeah, we were all really close, and it was definitely nice to have some of that younger energy kind of be brought to life. And I think his parents also helped that come to fruition, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm a sucker, not just for family films, but family made films. After War with Grandpa, I actually made a very different film, but with my mom and sister. And so watching Marvin and Rose and the other producers and their son Trey, be in control of this movie and work together, and seeing Trey on set being 11 or 12 wearing a headset, it was a really, really fun dynamic.
So speaking of dynamics, all the siblings in this family had a bit of a contentious relationship. Obviously, they loved each other, but a little contentious. So, I mean, how do you think these characters would handle quarantine just stuck in this house together?
That's
Oh,
a great
absolutely
question.
not well. There's no way.
Agreed.
I think Laura could say this as well, but I don't think the three of the kids would do well together at all.
I think Mia would be over it. Mia would be trying to hang out with Russell for sure. And Uma would have to be like, Uma and Rob's characters would be telling her she has to stay inside, and don't go out. I think it would be a pretty interesting conflict nonstop. But I also feel like at the end of the day, they'd recognize that they love each other and family's important, and we're here to be supportive of each other.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Peter would probably lock himself in the attic though.
Totally.
That's fair. Now, do you have a favorite moment or scene that you could, don't spoil it, but could you tease it a little bit so that everybody can look forward to it?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of obviously really loud and crazy scenes going on, chaotic scenes, and some of my personal favorite scenes are some of the quieter scenes and some of the scenes where yeah, there's just a little bit more intimacy or a little bit yeah, less of that insane energy. And that kind of gives a good juxtaposition, you know what I mean? And just changes up the flow a little bit.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite scenes to watch, going off of what Oaks is saying, was literally the scene between Oaks and Bob at the end, near the end. Oaks literally made me cry. He's so good. But I think one of my favorite scenes, I'm cheating a little bit here, to make, was the music video at the end. It was really, really fun to kind of put that together.
Yeah, Laura, that's one of the things I wanted to bring up in this interview was you got to do a fun little number at the end. So tell me how that came together, like how they asked you to make a song. Like what was that like on your end?
Yeah, well, the producers came and said, we have this song. It's a play on war. What is it good for? It's not like that though, if you haven't heard it yet. They had already had the song and they asked me if I was interested in singing it. And I was like, yes, I would love to sing it. So it was honestly a no-brainer for me. I thought it was such a fun thing to be a part of.
Now everybody's dancing in the end credits sequence. Who's the best dancer? Do you guys agree? Like who would it be if you had to pick one?
Oh my, I don't even remember. There was definitely some moments from everybody. I don't even. It was definitely a crazy moment on set. So, uh, I couldn't say. Definitely not me though. That's all I can say.
You could move. You were fine. I
Oh,
think Isaac is a dancer.
oh,
Um,
it was Isaac,
it
100%,
was 100%, like he was a
100%.
professional dancer. So that was embarrassing for all the rest of us because we're like, my big move is like, rock star move. So I'm just like, yeah, eye contact with camera. But Isaac was like doing flips. So it
Yeah,
was great.
no.
So at the end of the day, what do you hope audiences take away from this movie? Like what's the message that you hope it drives home?
Yeah, I think I want families to take away that at the end of the day, no matter how much your family drives you crazy, uh, they're your family. There's love there, there's support there. And I think there's an unbreakable bond that will always be there. Something that we all probably need a little bit of reminding of right now during this time.
Yeah, I would say for me, just hopefully that people can take away that it's a good vibe and experience a few laughs and maybe some smiles, and this can bring that hopefully, and that's what my wish is for this release, and also just it's been a difficult past few months, and I think what I would hope is that this film can bring some happiness to certain people. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do a really quick lightning round. I'm going to list some class superlatives like you're in high school, and I want you to tell me which one of your castmates would fit the bill on this.
Okay. Okay.
So, and this can be your adult cast members too. All right. So, who's the life of the party?
JC. JC. Julio Cesar.
JC and probably Rob Riggle and James Seymour.
Most athletic.
Isaac.
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 Most likely to cheer you up.
Ooh. Cheech.
Cheech and Rob, I'd say.
Okay, and last one. Who is the most likely to be the next Robert De Niro?
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a difficult one. I don't even know who can match up to that.
I know.
I think
There's only one Robert De
there's
Niro.
only
I
one
feel
Robert
like
De Niro. There's no next Robert De Niro. It's just Robert De Niro.